My mother told me, it was the first day of school, and she told me this. She had bought new clothes for me to wear to school. And she told me, she said, after school, don't get in a fight and tear your clothes up. And don't go down to that river where you always play and get muddy. Well, those were my two favorite things to do at school. Well, I did exactly what she told me not to do, and I knew that I was going to be in trouble, a lot of trouble. So I always had kind of the mind of a lawyer, so I told two of my friends, John and Rance, I said, will you guys go home with me? And they said, sure, because they were just as dirty and their clothes were just as tore up as mine. So we're getting near my home, and my mother looks out the window. Fire coming out of her eyes. And my mother, I knew that my life was over at that point. And quickly I thought, now Mom, before you get mad, let me just tell you this. Rance and John, they also got dirty and tore their clothes up. And then she said something that really taught me some good theology. This is what she said. Rance and John are not my children. You are my child. I have nothing to do with them, but I have everything to do with you. Now go upstairs, say your prayers, and prepare to die. Now, do you see what's going on here? My mother had a claim on me. My father had a claim on me. I belonged to them. I was their child. In the same way, if you have truly been converted, God has a claim on you. You belong to Him. He is going to change you for His own glory, and He is going to change you because He loves you. He is not going to let you stay the way that you were. And He has the power to change you. He is a sovereign Father. I want us to hold our place in Ezekiel and just go to Hebrews for a moment, chapter 12. Look at verse 5 of chapter 12 of the book of Hebrews. He says, and you have forgotten the exhortation which is addressed to you as sons. My son, do not regard lightly the discipline of the Lord, nor faint when you are reproved by Him. For those whom the Lord loves, He disciplines, and He scourges every son whom He receives. And then He says, it is for discipline that you endure. God deals with you as with sons, for what son is there whom his father does not discipline? Now listen to verse 8. Here's the warning. But if you are without discipline, of which all have become partakers, then you are illegitimate children and not sons. If you can live in sin, live in the world, with all your worldly friends, doing all your worldly things, and you can get away with it, and there's no conviction of the Spirit, there's no discipline from God, it is evidence that you are an illegitimate child. You are not truly a child of God. If you love the sensuality of the world, and you love all its boasting, its pride of the eyes, and its boasting in the flesh, and all the things that glitters in this world, and you can participate in it without the discipline of the Father, it is because the Father is not your Father.